You don't need more motivation, you need this. Hey guys, it's Shoaib, and I'm here with another video. Most of you guys think that you need more motivation, but you don't. What you really need is discipline, and I'll explain why. I mean, most of the time you're trying to build a new habit or try something new in life, trying to lose weight or make more money online or meet new people. And what happens is you do it for a little while and you watch some motivational videos, but then you end up just falling back into the same old pattern. And the reason for that is you haven't developed any discipline or good habits. And it's just like, on New Year's, everybody, they have the same habits, they have the same mindset that they want to change, they want to start a new business, or they want to lose weight or meet new people or travel across the world. But what happens is after a few months, they just end up going back to their old habits, eating junk food, just being lonely, keeping to themselves, and not doing what they set out to do at the start of the year. And this is what happened to me, and I really got sick of it. By the way, if you're looking to get some help with your mindset and focus and discipline, you can book a call in the link below, and you'll be able to talk to me on a one-to-one basis. So yeah, I mean, this is what I used to do. I used to wake up on New Year's Eve. It was holidays then, so you wake up late, you watch some Netflix, you go on the PlayStation, and you just waste your time. And this is what most people do. They just don't really have their life in order. They keep watching motivational videos and they keep applying it for like 1 to 2 months, and then they just get back into their old ways. And this is what really happens when you're just wasting your time and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. If you really want some potential in your life, or you want to change your habits, you have to stick to one thing at a time. If you just keep trying to switch between different habits, losing weight, making money, meeting new people, traveling the world, you have to focus on one habit at, and that's the only way you're going to achieve it. For example, let's say you want to lose weight, make money, you got to focus on one thing. So focus on losing weight and focus on that for 3 to 6 months, and then once you start to make some good changes, then you can look into the other habit. But what most people do is they'll try and lose weight, and then they'll try and make money, and then they'll try and meet new people all at the same time, and they'll burn out and they won't achieve anything. So you won't lose weight, you won't make money, and you won't meet new people. So you just end up back to where you started. This is what most people end up doing, and this is why you don't need more motivation to achieve your goals. All you really need is just to be disciplined, stick to one habit at a time, and that's how you're going to end up achieving what you set out to do. And that's how I changed my life. Is I set out doing one thing. I was waking up, watching Netflix, playing PlayStation, eating junk food. I was just sitting around being lazy all day. I wasn't doing anything with my life, and that's why I just got sick of it, and I had to make a change. So I set out with one habit. First habit that I wanted to cut out was watching TV and Netflix. So I cut that out, and I stuck on that until I stopped watching it, and it became a habit. And you have to stick to one thing for at least 3 to 6 months before it becomes a habit. I know it's a long time. You're gonna say, "Oh, I can't stop watching TV for 30 days or 60 days. I can't even stop watching TV for 1 day." Well, if that's your mindset, then that's what's gonna happen. If you believe that you can't change, then you won't be able to change. This is how the world works. The way that you perceive the world is the way that it is, and the situation that you're in is where you deserve to be. If you believe that you can achieve, then you can. That's the only thing that's holding you back is your mindset. Your mindset comes from your discipline. So when you have good behaviors and good actions, then your habits, once your discipline kicks into effect and your habits change, then your mindset will also change along with it. It's a relation between your body and your mind. So when you're able to connect your body and your mind and your discipline and your habits and your mindset, that's when you're really going to make a big change in your life. So what you have to start off with is one habit at a time, and once you do that and change that habit within 3 to 6 months, and you stay consistent, then that's what's going to make the biggest change in your life. For me, I had to cut out TV, Netflix, PlayStation, gaming, junk food. There's a lot of things that I had to cut out before I was able to make a substantial change in my life. It wasn't easy. It took a long time. And the first one that I started with is gaming. I was a gaming addict. I used to play games every day. I used to wake up, after college or after work, and just come home and just go on the PlayStation for 2, 3, 4 hours, sometimes even longer. And I was just wasting my life away, like most people are. Most people waste their time with the PlayStation and the TV. And what are you doing? You're not gaining any skills in your life. You're not gaining any habits. You're not gaining any discipline. There's nothing that you're going to do to benefit your life. I mean, if you think about it, all that time you could have been gaining a skill. You could have been gaining good habits, You could have learned a language or read a book, and you could have advanced your life. Because later on, 10, 15 years, you're going to look back and you're going to regret and say, why was I not disciplined? Why did I not change my mindset? Why did I not start applying these things in my life? And this is what most people do. They just realize too late. So for me, it was just the same thing. I didn't want to realize, in 10, 15 years that I could have changed my life. I could have made a difference. I could have changed my mindset and my habits and regret it like most people do. They look back later on in life and they regret not changing the habits and not changing the discipline. And it's one of the regrets that most people have is when they're 40, 50, 60, they say, oh, I could have been rich. I could have been in shape. I could have had a good life. Nothing's going to change unless you change. If you just stay in the situation where you are and you just keep making excuses and say I'll start tomorrow, then you're never going to start, because once tomorrow happens, you're going to say I'll do it tomorrow again, and it's an endless loop. You never begin the action, you'll never start action. Once you start to take action, that's when you make a change in your life. You have to start today, not tomorrow, not I'll start Monday. One of the most common excuses that I hear is I'll start on Monday. Monday never comes, because you'll just say on the next week, oh, you'll do it for a few days, and then you'll just say, oh, I'm just going to start Monday again. This is why you're not disciplined. This is why you don't have a good mindset. It's because you just keep delaying your actions. If you just keep delaying every single week, then you're never going to make any progress. So you have to start now. You have to make a decision that there's one habit in my life and I'm going to spend the next 6 to 12 months and I'm going to fix it. I'm going to stop doing it, whatever it is. And once you've cut out the negative habits from your life one by one, then you can start installing positive habits into your life. This is what really made the biggest change in my life, is by focusing on one habit at a time. And that's what made my discipline and mindset very strong. Most people, they're just scattered all over the place. I don't know how to start. I can't do this. Or they'll do it for a week or two and then they'll fall off and then they'll give up. That's the worst thing to do. Discipline is not, if you do it for 2 weeks and then you give up. It's even if something bad happens in your life, you still carry on. Like, it doesn't matter. Let's say you're trying to cut out eating junk food and you do it for 2 weeks and then one day you fall off. It doesn't matter, because as long as you have the mindset and the discipline that you're not going to do it again, then you can just carry on, and you can leave that one day in the past and carry on with your mindset and be disciplined not to eat the junk food. But what most people do is they'll leave it for one day, they'll stop going for walks, or they'll stop going to the gym for one day, and they'll turn it into a year. And that's what's going to affect you the most. This is what's going to negatively affect you the most. And you can't just keep giving up each time. You just can't keep giving up. It's not a way to live. You have to make a change in your life and stick to it. Make a decision in your mind that this is what I'm going to do, and there's nothing that's going to stop me. It doesn't matter what people say. You can't focus on, oh, this person said, you can't be focused on other people and what they say about you. If you do that, you're never going to move forward with your life. Everybody has an opinion, but what their opinion is of you doesn't matter. If you just live your life worrying about what other people think of you, then you're never going to get anywhere in life. There's going to be people who say you should lose weight or you shouldn't lose weight, start that business, you shouldn't start that business, you should go out and meet more people. And some people just say, oh, just stay home and play video games. I mean, if you just rely your life on listening to other people, you'll never become disciplined and you'll never fix your mindset. That's just the way that life is. So what you have to do is just make a decision. It's going to be hard. Yeah, no one said it's going to be easy. It's going to be hard making a decision and changing your life. But once you do it, you're going to feel the benefits later on. You might not see the benefits straight away, but after 6 to 12 months, you'll start to see the change, start to see the positive benefits in your life. Let's say you just start to go out for walks more. You'll start to see, oh, I feel better. I feel more calm. I'm not stressed. I'm not anxious. It might not happen straight away. It might take a few weeks, but you're trying to change your life. So it's going to take a few months, a few years to start to see some changes in your life. And even though you're saying, oh, I can't do one habit at a time, I want to do everything at once, I want to become in shape, I want to lose weight, I want to make money, I want to travel the world, I want to find someone that I like. If you just try to do everything at once, you're never going to achieve anything. You're going to lose a little bit of weight, you're going to make a little bit of money, and then what's going to happen is you're going to fall back into your old habits because you never stuck to one decision and stay disciplined in that decision. So, I mean, most people, they just keep making excuses. Oh, I can't become disciplined. It's not in my nature. Nobody was born disciplined. If you think about it, all the top athletes, entrepreneurs, all the rich businessmen in the world, they're not born with discipline. They develop discipline over time. This is one of the myths, is that you're just born with discipline. All the people who are successful, they put in the work every day on a consistent basis, even when you don't feel like it. That's what discipline is. It's putting in the work every day, whether you feel like it or not. And some people are going to say, oh, but when I'm not feeling well, or I don't like the weather, or it's not a nice day, or I woke up with some pain on my shoulder, or I had a negative experience with a friend, I'm not going to carry on with what I want to do, or it's going to affect my life. No, it won't affect your life. It's a conscious decision that you make that this is going to affect my life, and I don't And you just have to think in your mind, I'm going to ignore everybody who's negative in my life and who's causing me to be undisciplined. If you know, there's a saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. If you spend your time around lazy people, you're going to become lazy. If you spend your time around undisciplined people, you're going to become undisciplined. It's just really as simple as that. So what you have to do is start changing your circle, start hanging around people who have already achieved what you want to achieve, and start spending more time with them. If you want to get in shape, start spending time with people who go to the gym. If you want to get better relationships, start spending time with people who are already in good relationships. This is how you're going to improve your life. And you might have to cut out some people who are not positive and not helping you make a change, but this is the sacrifice you have to make to improve your life. By the way, if you're serious about working on a one-to-one basis with me and you want to improve your mindset and discipline and focus, you can book a call in the link below. Yeah, so guys, you need to make a change in your life. You might not be happy, you might dread waking up. Oh, it's another Monday. Oh, it's another day. I don't like the weather, or I don't want to wake up. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go work. I've got to pay bills. But once you start making these small changes, your whole life improves step by step. And this is the best feeling that you can have in your life. But once you start making these changes and you stick to one habit at a time, and you start to make changes, people will start to respect you more. People will see that, you know, that you have some improvements in your life, and you start spending less time with negative people, and they'll start seeing you more disciplined, and you'll gain more respect from other people. And this is another thing most people struggle with, is listening to other people. Once you start cutting out the negative noise from other people, then you'll start to gain more respect. You start to gain more authority in your life and from other people. Once you start spending more time with yourself, more time improving yourself, learning skills, learning, you know, going out more, being more social, this is what's going to make the big change in your life. And you're going to feel more happy, less stressed, and in turn you'll become more disciplined. Discipline is just a matter of taking the right actions every day, and over time becoming the person that you want. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and I'll see you later.